Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we are going over the Elite Squad of 6, the Bohrok Kal in gift with purchase form from LEGO and BIONICLE, with special build thanks to Nux400 and Supermaster69. Before we begin, leave a like, hit subscribe, and comment below your favorite figure in this review. It really helps out the channel. Now let's get to it. Similar to the Toa Nuva, transforming the Bohrok into the Bohrok Kal was actually pretty simple. Taking off the plate on the front and replacing it with a different one as well as a different Krana is probably the easiest thing to do in this case. And I must give a shout out though to Nux400 for helping me with this head sculpt. I couldn't have done it without their guidance. I'm really happy with how this came out and it looks super cool. And the neck is really great also. I did put the ones on the same side, being a little OCD as I am, but the gear functions pretty cool as we will see later on in this video. There is an issue where you have to push this piece down a little bit. It does ride up and over, so just shove that down with a little bit of force and it should align nicely with the body. The electric shield that Bohrok Kal wields is partially based off of Supermaster 69's designs, so I give credit to the base, but the rest is all me. I do appreciate how this piece turned out. These clips mimic the electric waves of the shield very nicely, and it functions pretty similarly to the rest with some great articulation. It's awesome. And that body is the exact same as before. No changes at all. I do think I could have added some kind of gap fixer for this, but I kind of like the robotic look with all the gears. It's endearing. And once again, Nux400 designed this build. I really love how it looks, and it's just super cool, guys. You'll love to see it. The shield of magnetism was kind of difficult to do, but once I figured out the dimensions of everything, 4x4 at least, it was pretty simple and really nice actually. Placing these grills in this orientation kind of mimicked it, and even on the bottom I added a little bit of fluff to it so it wasn't fully flat and dumb, and it works nicely, has good articulation, and is just cool. I love Borok Cal. And just like the body, the arms are the same color as it. And there's also no changes functionally from the previous arm structure, so that's it. And unlike most other parts of this figure, I designed the arms myself. I'm really happy about that, and they look super cool. I'm glad we all could have worked together to make this Bohrok. It's just awesome. Bohrok Kal shield up the difficulty a little bit. It was a little bit hard to work out, but once I got it going, it was actually pretty nice to create. I'm very proud of this one. And both shields are identical per arm. I actually really love how I did this tiling too here, as well as this piece. I really wanted to keep it to the set, and it looks just great. And just like before, the legs and feet are pretty much the same designs, just some color changes here and there, and the legs are the exact same as the arm build, so there's that. The feet are a very interesting case here, as on the interior was a gray block that I switched out for a block that matched the rest of the color of the foot, and in so doing I realized maybe I can make the Bohrok Kal, so we have these reviews to thank for an oversight of part color I didn't even know existed. And I owe some partial inspiration to Nux400's Bohrok feet for these. They look really nice. I changed them up a little bit, and I think they look pretty cool and work well with the Bohrok. You can even do this. Cool. Borok Kal shield is one of the most difficult builds I've done on this small a scale, but I think I did a pretty good job on this one. Figuring out not only the roundness of it all, but also how to make it work. It actually defies logic and goes a different way than the other pieces, but by golly, I got it to work and it looks dang good. Not accurate though. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. And now that we've seen the pieces of the Bohrok Kal, putting it all together into one figure looks phenomenal here. All those little parts together makes for a menacing insectoid foe. And now to show off the function of the set, simply flick this lever back here and the head juts forward and the Krana flies out. Simply beautiful. For me, Borok Kal's vacuum shield was the simplest to design. Basically have the similar parts to the original Bohrok Kal one and add some of these pieces and you're good. It doesn't quite necessarily actually look like the one from the set. It doesn't have those jags over here, but close enough, I think. The articulation's great too. And for those of you who have amnesia and are asking, can the Bohrok ball? Well, Borok Kal here will show you, yes, we can ball! Cal! To ball up your Bohrok, put the arms back at the head right over here like he's a chicken or something. To ball up your Bohrok, simply place the arms up like this over here, then move each leg into the sort of slot up there provided around like this. Then take the shields, twist them around, and you want to jut them forward as possible so they look nice and kind of ball a bit better, resting on the backs of the feet. Make some minor adjustments, pushing everything to pretty much its limit here. You also want to cradle the head with the shields, and you're pretty much done. Borok Cal's shield actually involves some math into making it. The original shield had the spikes on thirds or so I simply made this into fifths. By simply counting the peaks and valleys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on this makes it into fifths, so that's pretty cool. I also put a shelf over here that works nicely for these. It's all well and good with articulation too. And as with the Borok Cal have Krana as well. But in this case with the Borok Cal, I feel like they serve more as the head plates rather than the Krana themselves, but they still function and work the same as the original Krana. And while I do love these Borok Cal, I feel like the Bohrok are a little better, way more colorful, and have more pizzazz, you know? As I do find that even if I couldn't make these fully silver, the gray is just unappealing, samey, and kind of repetitive between them. Clone sets, huh? A Borok Cal in ball form stands at about 2 to 2.5 inches tall or so. A Borok Cal standing up is about 3 to 3.25 inches tall or so, and around a width from shield to shield, maybe about 4 inches long or so. Here is Tanak Cal next to Tahu Nuva, Jala, and Turaga Vakama. Here's Galak Cal next to Gali Nuva, Turaga Nokama, and Maku. Here's Navak Cal next to Onua Nuva, Turaga Wenua, and Onipu. Here is Korak Cal next to Kopaka Nuva, Turaga Nuju, and Kopik. Here is Levak Cal next to Liwa Nuva, Turaga Matau, and Tamaru. And here is Parak Cal next to Pohatu Nuva, Toa Anua, and Akmu. Overall, what is a clone? The original Bionicle Bohrok Kal of 2003 were reviled by the Bionicle community for being clone sets and having very similar parts to each other. But I must say, I personally like them for opening the door for several silver parts that would be used in armors, mocks, as well as official LEGO sets for years to come. The same somewhat extends to these Bohrok Kal in GWP style. In a way, they are a parts pack similar to the Toa Nuva, just more downgraded. There's barely any silver on them aside from the Krana, and while completing this team is much easier, it's way more fun to have several of the same Bohrok attacking a Toa rather than just one who can defeat that Toa easily. So if you're a fan of Bionicle, the Bohrok, or Silver, then you'll love these figures. They're really great. But I would highly recommend getting both at the same time, seeing as you could swap out the arms, legs, and head pieces for regular Bohrok. It's better to get both than just one. But make no mistake, next up, Metro Nui. So which Bohrok Kal is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.